So which top 3 blue chip stocks are about to break out? Don't worry, I'm not going to be talking about Tesla, but I wanted to show you guys and ask if you guys agree and see the potential on these 3 different stocks. The first one that I want to talk about is actually one that you guys selected on both Instagram and on YouTube for me to invest in. And that was ticker symbol DKNG. You guys can see that on the day. I'm only up $263. It's up 1.2%. I have a pretty light position. I have 425 shares, average purchase price of $46. And altogether, I'm up a little bit over $1,600. You guys can see that it has experienced a resistance level at this SMA line. And the reason that I say that potential breakout is, let's be honest, it doesn't always have to play out like we intended to. But one of the things that we can see right now is that this SMA line has been acting as a resistance level. And every time that it gets close, it gets rejected. And what that means is it has the potential to drop right back down. So make sure you take that into consideration. So what would encourage me as a current active investor in DKNG, which is also known as Draftkings, to invest more into the stock itself? And I want to double my position, but it wouldn't make sense to double my position when there's an obvious resistance level. So what I'm looking for, and my alert's already set, what I'm looking for is the break above this SMA line on the 4-hour time frame. I would love to see DKNG to return to the previous patterns of where it validated the SMA line as a support level instead of a resistance level. And that's essentially what I'm looking out for. So you guys can see that from where we're at as of right now to previous all-time highs, that's about a 48% potential even at current levels. From the purchase price that I bought it in at originally, if you guys remember that video, I bought in at around $44, and then I bought another I pretty much doubled my position because I went in originally with only $10,000, and then I went in now with a total of $20,000. Once it actually began to indicate signs of an uptrend, I think I added more to my position size at around $48. So again, it doesn't have to break above the SMA line, but there is no question that it has been acting as a resistance level. Of course, we have the potential of it returning to previous all-time highs, which in that case is nearly 50% based off of current price levels. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the next one. Another one is that another very popular stock that recently pulled back due to unfortunate earnings, right? It pulled on back. It found a support level. I'm actually invested in this one in my Fidelity account, and you guys can see that it's testing this SMA line that it's tested before as well. So again, it doesn't have to skyrocket, but from where we're at as of right now, if we use this little trend line tool here on Webull, and from where we're at as of right now to previous highs, which is $81, it's about 38% potential, 37% potential from its current price point. So I want to double my position on my Fidelity account. I currently am invested with about $50,000 to $60,000 in Twitter. I would love to invest more if and only if it continues to indicate signs of an uptrend, right? The whole point of investors is, why would I want to invest in something that is doing the exact opposite, right? Do I want to continuously add more to my position size when it's selling off, or do I want to wait for confirmation, wait for the reversal, and then slowly begin to add more to my position if and only if it begins to indicate signs of an uptrend? So I'm waiting for the break above the SMA line on the 4-hour time frame. It looks great. Now we just need to wait for that actual indication of above SMA line, higher highs, higher lows. And once it actually begins to do that, I think right around $62 is where I would love to double on my position or double down on my position when it comes down to Twitter. Now, this is one that I'm not already invested in, but I thought I would talk about it. This is Airbnb, and based off of previous highs at 220, pretty much 219.94 to be exact, and from where we're at right now, we're trading at 150, right? And it's been acting as a resistance level as well, the SMA line, and you guys can see here, rejected, rejected. So it's not that we have to buy right now, it just means that we have to watch very closely, especially if you're like myself that's not already invested. I want to invest in Airbnb. I want to ride this recovery. So if we look at the trend line tool, and from where we're at right now to previous highs, so right around that 220 area, that's a little bit over 40%, 45% to be exact. That's huge. Even if I capture 15% of that, I would be so grateful, right? Let's do it when it makes sense. So the break above the SMA line, you guys can see that I have my alert set there. I would love to take my initial position, and if it continues to indicate signs of an uptrend like it has before, it needs to begin to validate the SMA line as a support level instead of a resistance level. So the overall NASDAQ market is looking great as of right now. It's been making higher highs, it's been making higher lows, and that's the really great thing. So as long as the NASDAQ market continues to indicate signs of an uptrend, that should act as a positive catalyst for overall tech. And Draftkings, right, when it comes down to Twitter and when it comes down to Airbnb, it is somewhat influenced by the NASDAQ composite or the NASDAQ index, as it's made up of, again, a lot of tech stocks. So let me know in the comment section if you guys found any of these 3 stocks useful. Again, my purpose with this video is not for you guys to agree with all my stocks, right? At the end of the day, we all see value in different ways, but even if one out of those 3 stocks meet your criteria, it's not that you have to invest in right now, but maybe just add it to your watch list, set effective alerts, and follow up with it when it makes sense. If you feel like I missed or I should be watching another top stock, comment that down below. And if you want to see these videos in the future, all we ask you to do is drop a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing if you feel like we earned it. Don't forget to stay connected. I do have a free ebook that you can download if you're an absolute beginner. And again, it's a free download, the first link in the description. And don't forget to join our free Facebook group with the second link in the description as well. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing weekend. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year under read now. Take it easy, team.